Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the channel as we take a look at a new game called Caladrius Blaze, which I thought for a while was Caladrius Blade, but so much for that, or at least so much for me being the smartest guy in the world, right? Well, anyway, first before we get into anything, arcade mode, easy. We'll explain that in the future, but also going for the 1cc here, but also. First, I want to thank a member of the community here, Loto Cody, for providing the Steam key for this one. Very cool of him. I guess he was swept up in the pervy smut of all the games we've been playing lately, and he wanted to see more after we 1cc'd Maidens of a Hollow Dream. So we'll keep it going with this, strip fest. Although we're not necessarily playing one of the girls whose clothes get blown off. We're just playing one of the cheap, bird, phoenix-like characters. But yeah, okay, let's unpack this game real quick. Vertical shmup, vertical scrolling, with a lot of different attacks. As you can see, what was really cool is you get like 10 characters to start with different, attack patterns and special abilities. Your special abilities, holy crap, let's go quick through them before we just the run ends. You have your normal fire, which is what you see with these. At least with this character, these crazy homing missiles rather, and then on top, which is bound to Z, X, C, and V are then all like these elemental attacks that all have different abilities, which you see as the three gems down below that have the sort of 100%. When you use the ability, it goes down and then it regenerates, that sort of thing. Then you have a sort of full-on attack, which I feel is excuse me, holy shit, a lot to parse through, which is bound to my F, much like other things, and that's kind of like your super mode where you just kind of go crazy, but it's at the expense of all your elemental attacks. And then you have your bomb at your G. Holy shit, we went through the whole level going through just the attacks. I haven't even talked about like those green pylons that help out your special attack if you were in that gauge, helps out your gauge, and then also these like orange crystals that pop up. You notice that there's that sort of fan on the bottom of the screen that fills up when you get all those crystals. They're scattered in like secret areas when you kill certain enemies throughout the stage, as well as there's one hidden on each boss. And once you fill up that whole sort of area, that sort of fan or gauge, what have you, a extend will appear, and you have to kind of hunt that down. So that'll come in due time as well. Okay, so for level 1 boss, 3 stages, and as you can tell, I'm feeling this character is a bit OP, but I'm really not too shameful to use him at least at this time, where I've only done maybe like 5-6 runs so far, and still getting the gist of things. And on easy mode, I meant to say that we were going to come back and answer our answer for our sins of being such a scrub, but yeah, I've done a few runs on normal to find that it's super hard, at least for me. My God, the bullet patterns later on get really fast and really crowded, so I was like, okay, maybe I need to go on easy just to try things out. In between levels here, we can level up our special abilities. Yeah, so there's a whole mess of different attacks in this game, and I think control-wise they break it down pretty easily. We have our normal sort of points here that are kind of drawn to us. Our first magic ability is a sort of straight-on super laser. You see it right there. Now that it's level 2, it's firing 2 of them. And those lasers also kind of follow with us as well. Our second, that uses that sort of circular gem, is a sort of countering system, which I'm not entirely sure what procs it. There's one of those crystals that we need for our extend. It seems like it's not bullets that are nearby, but bullets that you're firing through. As you can see, those right here, that's our counter ability working right there, where we're firing or kind of changing the enemy bullets into our bullets and sending them their way. Pretty cool ability. And then the third is this almost melee attack, really close range and high damage. But we're playing more or less the turtle build right now and not really focusing on that. So 2 more of those orange gemstones away. We should get one more away, and we should be getting an extend here. There it is. But also there it is. You know, so you also have to kind of pick it up. You know, having it right there was rather easy. But I can imagine later on in this game where things get a little crowded and silly, you know, for it to just kind of pop up on the screen and you don't necessarily have the, you know, the moment in time to kind of dodge through bullets to get it, could be kind of, yeah, harrowing. But here we are, level 2 boss, which was, I find, you know, very hard on normal, and still kind of like, I still don't think I can kind of feel comfortable and get my footing with. So we're going to use a lot of bombs getting through this jerk. Also, the orange crystal on this guy is in his wing that's right in front of us. Once we deal enough damage to him, that's going to break and give us our gem. You can see it's kind of blinking already. There we go. And as you can see, you know, we almost kind of lost it, seeing how we were kind of focused on dodging bullets and not necessarily... All right, there's a bomb. Bombs are great, you know. You can pick up some bombs after doing certain missions, which we'll see more later on. And they do quite a lot of damage. You look at just like a whole... Yeah, so, you know, shame on us for using 2 bombs on the second level boss, but... for Chapter 1 on YouTube of this playthrough, as far as anyone knows, right? I suppose... it could be forgiven, maybe. You wouldn't necessarily have to. So yeah, really piling on those sort of experience points onto those, on the first 2 elemental attacks. Now here's one of the missions I was talking about, where instead of just going through and nailing everyone to a cross and having a boss, there's usually some sort of objective. With this one, it's achieve more than 90% block rate until the next point, which just means 90% of enemies that come our way from the top of the screen are going to try to lead through the bottom of the screen, and I have to kill at least 90% of them. And I actually find that this character, believe it or not, is not the best for this type of, for these scenarios. Like the homing missiles have its pros and cons. You know, they certainly allow me to kind of turn off my brain more times than not and just worry about dodging. But then again, I'm not able to really dictate where my shots are, especially when it's a giant cloud of enemies like here, and some of them are just going to get through. Which is why I think that first elemental attack with these big lasers are so important, because what you're doing is you're aiming for something that you want dead now, and then your sort of automatic homing lasers can pick up the scraps. So that's why I think it's really important that you get, you know, this first ability kind of where you want it. Although we just got eaten up there. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, big groups of enemies just coming through the center of the screen. Luckily, barely getting through that. Not our finest, there we go. And we could get 3 bombs, but we were able to pick up 1 bomb. Sadly, kind of like the bomb we just used at the end of the stage, but... And then we are also some Animu fan service, as well as we shoot this girl enough that her clothes blow off. You know, as it does. I'm playing this Phoenix character. You can tell in these cutscenes that she has these female anime legs for some reason, I'm sure. Alright. Level 6. Light Divine Bash. Enjoy that. Stage 3. Wilderness Madness. Really starting to see some of these big, nastier, oh, lost that orange. lost that orange crystal. Not really sure where my eyes were, if I was even expecting it, or if I even, saw that I had earned one, just needed to pick it up, and just kind of let it slip through our fingers. So I mean, that's going to be, those are errors that you don't want to make when collecting lives. If you're trying to 1cc this game, you're going to want to pick up every last one of those. There's one. We didn't fail to pick that up. But sometimes they are hard to spot, considering, some of these items, these gold medallion-like things, these coins. The large ones seem to have, like, an orange center to them that could kind of be misconstrued. There we are, picked up that one as well. So we're about 40-45% of the way picking up our next extend. However, after crashing into that enemy, we're going to hope we get that a little bit sooner somehow. Not the brightest move, I would have to say. But yeah, I've found this game to be quite challenging. As much as I would like to say, yeah, let's do the 1cc, even on easy, I don't think we have it in the cards. I think this is one of these games that we're gonna just sit back, have some fun runs with, and then just kind of concede the fact that it may never happen. I mean, I could have got that at least. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe something will go our way. But yeah, it's damn, lost that. Yeah, this is a one challenging game that on normal really sent me in the second level, sent me to the game over screen. And most times I'd like to just kind of go into maybe the first few runs, first few videos, kind of blind and say, okay, let's check out this game. This game I actually put like 2 hours in trying to feel confident enough to, okay, let's post this to YouTube. And that really hasn't happened too many times, where I'm like, oh my god, I've got some work to do first. And then this is the final product, after 2 hours of work. So you can kind of see what type of game this really is. If you don't want no babby game, The orange crystal in this boss was in the scythe, I believe. I had picked it up in previous runs, but it just didn't happen in this run, I don't believe. For some particular reason, I think it just never materialized, or we never killed the scythe. So, which is kind of a con to the homing thing. If you're not in a position lined up with the scythe or what have you, it's not, the AI is just not going to attack it. But we made it through. We're going to level up. And as you can see, we kind of, maximized our stuff, even rather quickly through the game. So, yeah, by stage 4, we have stuff that's leveled up. So, pretty good stuff. Three more of those crystals, and we'll see if we can put another extra man on the screen. But this stage, does serve its own challenges as things get really crowded here. This is the sort of obligatory sort of obstacle course stage, where these sort of like tumbling coins or monoliths here provide a sort of maze to wander, to kind of sort of wander through and try to get through while enemies are shooting at you. So there's a silly played bomb. And really poor play there. As you could probably guess, I tried to sort of thread the needle and go up between them and kind of get a better position after I looped around, but kind of got sandwiched there. And you know, despite my best run in 2 hours worth of playing, still fell quite short than where it really needed to be. And that's on easy, so oh boy, we've got some work ahead of us. Game overoo. But yeah, as you can see, a few runs worth something to brag about. I'm not so sure. But that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more Caladrius Blaze in the future.